Welcome back, Justin Gaethje here to the program. His Christmas is completely screwed. His New Year's Eve could be a great party depending on how the fight goes. He is fighting December 31st, World Series of Fighting. Wow, talking about Thanksgiving, Christmas, the holiday season, the entire holiday season for you was completely messed up because of training camp, having to watch your weight, having to watch your diet. I mean, it's kind of problematic. What's going to happen December 31st after the fight? The assumption is you're going to win, of course.
Yeah.
Is there going to be a New Year's Eve party for yourself? Are you going to something special? Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, I haven't thought about it. I have all my family and stuff. They're planning that. I think they got like a pub. They're going to rent out a pub for. I got like 30 people flying out there to New York City from Arizona and Colorado. So yeah, to accommodate that many people in New York City on New Year's Eve is going to be pretty hectic. So I'm going to leave it up to them.
Smart man. Like, let's not worry about it. And let's be honest, New York City is one of the best spots on the planet to watch New Year's Eve. You get to watch the ball drop. You get to be right there in the action. It is an awesome place to be for New Year's Eve. But that doesn't make a difference. You're fighting Luis Firmino. No matter where the fight takes place, you're still got to do your job. 16-0. You've surpassed that 10-0 mark. You surpassed that 15-0 mark. Obviously, the next mark is the next big mark is the 20-0, which you're well on your way to with this one. What does Luis bring to the table that makes you not worried, but causes you pause when you're looking at his tape?
I mean, if he gets on top of you, the man is boring. I mean, he's content to lay on top of you and not punch you or hit you with rabbit punches. So that right there alone frustrates me. Just having him in my sport, that kind of fighter, those fighters really irk me. So, he's never been knocked out. I'm looking forward to knocking him out. His last fight, he lost and then stormed out of the cage like a little baby. So I would like to retire this man from the sport. That is my goal.
Do you feel like World Series of Fighting is having a hard time finding guys for you? I mean, because your next opponent is a guy that just took a loss. Like, does it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's tough, especially, I'm brutal. People don't want to fight me, especially on 3 weeks' notice. I think Firmino, a lot of guys will say they'll take the fight or they want the fight, but not a lot of guys were jumping at the bit to fight me on 3 weeks' notice on this big of a platform. So,
did you? I mean, but you have to give him some praise. You have to give him a little bit of an accolade because he's like, hey, 3 weeks' notice, I'm going to fight a guy that's undefeated. I just lost. This is a big fight for me because if Luis loses again, he could very easily be cut from his contract from World Series of Fighting. So he's under a lot of pressure. You got to kind of give him a little bit of props because he's like, I'm going to step in the lion's mouth and see what happens.
No, I'd give him, sole credit for taking the fight, for being confident. He's explosive. He does punch hard. I don't know why he doesn't have more knockouts. Out of all 19 wins, he only has one knockout. So, I'm not sure why. Mostly because he'll rock you and literally be content to lay on you, which is just crazy to me. But I want to fight him. This is more exciting for me than Zeferino. I think it's a more exciting matchup stylistically, just to bring a fight. And then, Foster said he wanted the fight, and I like fresh meat. I hate leftovers. Last year I fought the same guy 2 times. If I were to fight him again this time, it'd be I fought 2 guys in 2 years, and that's not what I'm here to do.
So if I'm looking at your record right, you've only fought one other time this year. We go back to that question of they can't find your opponents. Is 2 times enough for you per year, or do you want to fight more?
Well, this year, so I was supposed to fight in October, and my opponent dropped out the day of the fight. So, that's not something that they can control. If I would have, they paid me my show and my win money. So, I mean, I love World Series. I couldn't be happier with World Series. They treat me, like you said with Firmino, if he does lose this fight, there's not a chance that unless he goes out there and did what he did last fight, which, throws a bitch fit and makes the company look bad, then yeah, I can see him getting cut. But just going out there and losing isn't going to get him cut. I mean, they tell you before the fights that if you go out there and you perform, that you don't have to worry about your job.
And that takes a lot of pressure off. And that's one of the things that really is the hard part with a lot of these contracts for fighters is that you realize the promotion controls everything, and if they want to get rid of you, you're just ass out. You're just out. There's nothing you can do about it. You can complain and bitch and go on social media, but the reality of it is the promotion still has cut you, and you're still out of a job. Yeah. So it's got to be, I didn't realize. I knew they paid you your show money. I didn't realize they paid you your win money when the guy pulled out the day of the fight in October. So you got 3 paydays. So far you've already had 2 full paydays this year and only had to fight once.
Yeah. Yep. So that's what I'm saying. So this will be three fights for me in 1 year, and I'm content with that. 2, no. 3, yes.
If you had fought in October, would you have fought again in December?
I think so. I think with this card being how big it is for World Series, barring I didn't get injured or I don't never look past the fight, but I knew if I went out there and performed and I won, then I would be where I'm at right now at this show.
Okay, and that goes a long way, man. That's huge. Like getting 3 fights in a year, and not taking the beating in the second fight, not taking the hurt, not taking just going through training camp and getting out and having a little time to recoup. How much time did you take off between?
I took 2 weeks, or no, like a week and a half, and then I was back to running. But this is usually I usually fight 2 times a year. I usually have about 3 months in between fight camps from when I fight to when I start another camp. So. It's hard to stay in shape, like I did, coming off the camp and then straight into another camp. So I'm in better shape than I ever have been for a fight. My preparation is money. I'm pretty much on a 25-week camp right now for this fight.
Well, you said it's hard to stay in shape going from camp to camp because there's not much time to recover and rest. But then you immediately said, hey, I'm in the best shape of my life. This is the best I've ever felt. So explain it. How is that possible? It's so hard to stay in shape, but yet you're better. What happened?
Yeah.
What did you do different?
So because I didn't have to fight, I came off that 12-week camp, didn't take any injuries and was really hungry because I didn't get to perform. So I was, so I was just like, my mindset was I want to get back in there immediately for this December 31st fight so I could be ultimately better than I ever have been. And before it was like, okay, I just did a 12-week camp. I just took some damage in that fight. I need to take a month off. And then that month turns into, 5 weeks of eating French toast and drinking some soda here and there. So, yeah, I mean, it happens fast. It's crazy, how fast you get out of shape and how long it takes to get in shape. So, I mean, 1 month can negate 12 weeks of hard work. Easy.
Well, man, Justin, this fight is going to be great. It's a great night. There's actually 3 big promotions are throwing fights back to back to back, so you get to go from one to the next to the next. For me, it's great because I get to watch 3 huge fights each night, the 29th, the 30th, and the 31st. And then, of course, I get to cap it off with watching your event go off at the end of it before I step out. I'll be in Hawaii for New Year's Eve, so I'm so far behind that I actually get to watch the whole fight and then still go and be at the party on time and not be like, oh crap, the fight's not done yet. It's 11:30 and I got to hurry up and rush to get to where I want to go.
I'll fight at 1:30 or 12:30 in Hawaii.
Yeah, it's super. It's super early for us. We're 5 hours behind the East Coast, so it's going to be good.
Oh, nice.
Well, Justin, thanks for coming on, man. I really appreciate it. Have a great, as much as you can, have a great Christmas, and then enjoy the New Year's with your victory. I do really think this is going to be another one of those fights where you're going to be 17-0, and it's just the World Series of Fighting. I don't want to put the pressure on Ray Sefo because he really is trying to get things put together and trying to make things happen, but he's got to get better talent in there for you. He's got to get you a better challenge. Otherwise, you're just going to end up beating up. Right now the guys just are not there. They're not at your level yet.
No, my stock cannot grow if I'm not fighting guys that are better than me, or at least on the same level. And I mean, it takes one punch. I mean, I sit here and I say these guys aren't on the same level, and then they catch me with one and knock me out, and then it sucks to look in the mirror. But I know what I do. I know what it takes, so I'm ready.
Thanks, Justin, man. Have a great rest of your training camp. Have a great trip in New York City, man. We'll talk to you again later.
Yes, sir. Have a good one.